Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a good one. So there's a lot going on. Unless you're living under a rock, you already know about Elon Musk being called to task by the SEC. I know nobody wants to see me put on lotion, but unfortunately, right after I shoot this, I've got to hit the road. So sorry. So right now we've got Elon Musk being investigated by the SEC, looking for testimony over how he made the purchase of Twitter stock. Frankly, a lot of us have been saying for a long time that he was allowed to manipulate that stock for ages, right? With all his rhetoric and everything, with all his followers, he was able to alter sentiment. He was able to to alter the stock price. And at the end of the day, not for nothing, all of that all of that went to his own detriment. So people call him a genius. I don't see it. Ledger is laying off 12% of their staff, right? Remember that whole debacle over their password key recovery service and how everybody was freaking out, including me? Well, that is what I think led them to this decision, right? I think that decision back then by the CEO and his team, I think that's what hurt the company, right? They had just gotten $109 million. And I'm sitting here and I'm just going, yeah, that was a huge misstep, huge. And they pulled back a bit, but they still want to do it. Like, have you lost your mind? This is costing you money, I think. Well, I believe it's costing them that 12% of staff because it definitely damaged their reputation. And I don't know if it's irreparable, but it definitely damaged their reputation. Now, Kraken's making moves. Everybody in the United States is making moves overseas, right? And the reason why is because the regulatory environment in the United States is, let's just say, it's less than fruitful for businesses that actually want to be in the cryptoverse. So when you think about it, them going out to Europe to expand is smart, doing just exactly what Coinbase is doing. They might not be exiting the United States, but they're definitely decreasing their risk exposure, to the United States and our regulatory environment. Like I said, they just bought a Dutch brokerage, BCM. They used to be known as Bitcoin Meester. And Bitcoin Meester is actually recognized by the Dutch or the Netherlands central bank. So that's a huge move. The Netherlands is one of those countries that's often used by US-based companies to get into and expand into Europe. So that's a very, very big deal. Something else I had been talking about a while ago, I had been telling people that during the bulk of the case of SEC versus Ripple, Ripple had been sowing seeds around the world. Nobody believed me. And I said, this company is not sleeping. They're not sleeping. They're going full bore into what they do for business. And in case you haven't noticed, 90% of their business is outside the United States. Just saying. So now that the decision was done with the SEC, and now following the appeal denial, the Freight and Trade Alliance, the Australian Freight and Trade Alliance, the director there said, hey, yeah, we are revisiting, the offer that they made a while ago. And he goes, listen, I know nothing about blockchain. He goes, but I know my son, and my son, 32-year-old dude, he said he made an investment and he doesn't part well with his money. So he goes, that's a level of trust. So they're going to be reviewing that. And if that was to come to pass, that would mean that Australian Freight and Trade Alliance, imagine the number of members that they have and what they do, that would be a boon for Ripple. A big boon for Ripple. Pay attention to that one. That is something I would definitely be paying attention to. I'm paying attention to. The Basel Committee on Banking Supervision is mandating that banks disclose their crypto holdings. Let that wash over you for a minute. In case you don't recall, there are a lot of banks out there that talk about crypto is bad, crypto is bad, crypto is bad. Imagine if they have to now disclose what and how much crypto they have. If any of those banks, any of those naysaying banks, disclose any significant amount of crypto holdings, that's going to paint a very different picture, isn't it? Crypto is bad, but you're loaded up on crypto? What? That would go to, there are so many conspiracy theories that, out there and everything. This one could prove to be true. This one right here could prove to be true. So I am paying attention to that. I am looking at that. So when banks start disclosing, I'm gonna be sitting there looking to see, what banks have significant holdings. There's even a conference that's going to happen, I think, later this month. It's all the banking industry and, what crypto means to the banking industry. I'll get details later. I shared it with a couple of my friends. I'll be watching online. I'll be watching the stream version of the conference. It could wind up being telling. It could wind up being quite telling, because it's about what banks can do with crypto, what banks are doing with crypto. Had a conversation with one of my brothers last night, and we were talking. He was looking for some crypto advice, and I'm probably going to shoot that video on Saturday. Notice on Saturdays I don't shoot videos, but I'll probably start doing it either on Saturday or Sunday as a part of Sunday Roundup. Yes, I'll be starting that back up again, where I will take whoever's portfolio and consider what they're trying to accomplish with their portfolio, what their risk rating is, all that good stuff, and try to take that into account and reshape their portfolio as I would see it. Right, sort of like a game. Sort of like when you go to Thinkorswim, you can play with fake money. You can make stock moves using what they call paper money or fake money. And you can watch how your decisions play out over that. So I think I'm going to do that because, we spent, I want to say, about an hour last night going over his crypto portfolio that he set it and forget it. He went in, made some purchases, and just didn't look at it anymore. And I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, now I want to look at it because, things are moving. I want to restructure. And I was like, all right, so let's talk about how you want to restructure. So I'm probably going to do that. But we were looking at things last night, and I noticed that he didn't have a few things in his portfolio. And I was just like, wow, dude, how do you not have that in your portfolio? And why the hell do you have that in your portfolio? So we were discussing, what my perspective is on some of the coins that he has versus some of the other coins that he has interest in, and why in that particular space, why this one might be better than that one, looking at the movement and everything else. So it was a very interesting conversation, and we're actually both upset that we didn't record it. But it was showing his personal finances, so I didn't want to do that. But we'll get into that. And so I'm probably going to do that. I'll probably, if you guys want to send me, screenshots, I'm not going to use your name or anything else like that. But if you want to send me screenshots, excuse me, and have me go through your portfolio and analyze it, I can do that. That would actually be fun. So I wouldn't be giving financial advice, but I would be reshaping it based on how I what my view is of the world and how I would be moving things. Now remember, you can't just make one wallet look like all the rest of the wallets because of the arbitrage between the coins, right? So you might not be able to sell this coin to go fund this coin because this coin is on the up, or this coin is on the down and this one's on the up. So that's a lopsided transaction. You might not be able to do it because how much fees cost and things like that. So there are different factors that would go into how I might decide to reshape a particular wallet. Also, the given wallet, like I have several different wallets groups of wallets, right? Depending on what I'm doing with that wallet. Oh, I'm looking for this wallet to hold for long term. I'm going to hold it for greater than 5 years. So I kind of want to just, put cash into that wallet and have a percentage strategy for that particular wallet. I want to do, more hands-on trading with this wallet. So that's what I'll be looking at. Anyway, that's Eddie J on crypto. No, I'm not going to get into the numbers today. I'm a little bit rushed. Sorry about that. But yeah, there is a lot of news out there, and we got to pay attention to it. Anyway, hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.